Played the Florida Marlins in the World Series in '97. I don't know if that still sticks in your claw or not. I think Renteria got the game-winning hit. We did that for the Giants last year also. You being the manager of that team, had some really great players on that team. When they lost Game 7, you're in the locker room. What are you telling your guys?
I did tell them that I was proud of them. The effort we get. I don't think anybody picked us to go to the World Series that year. We had a bunch of grinders on our ball club. We had Matt Williams and Tommy and a guy. We had some great talent, but we had some guys that were grinders. Sandy Alomar, just told them to keep their heads up. They'd done a great job. We'd gone a lot further than we thought that anybody thought we'd go, and we took it to the 11th, 12th inning of Game 7. The funny thing is, I had a guy ask me about 2 weeks. I don't know. He asked me in spring training next year how long it took me to get over that loss, and I told him that as soon as it happened, I'd let him know. But then I had a guy ask me about 2 weeks ago how long did it take me to get over that, and I said, well, just as soon as it happens, I'll let you know. So it's something that you go back to and realize how close you were to winning a World Series, and it leaves a little hole in your stomach.
Do you, in your mind, go back into that game and say, I could have done this, or I could have done that, second guess yourself in that game?
Well, I think anybody worth their salt does that, and I can honestly say, going back into Game 7, and the moves that we made in that game were all well thought out and the right moves to make. I honestly would not do anything differently in that game. I thought it was a good game.
First of all, I thought it was a great World Series, and the funny part about it is, you talk about Tomey, Alomar, Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, Manny Ramirez. Let's see, Manny's going to go, well, unfortunately with the surgery, but if not, he goes to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Albert Bell was a tremendous ball player. Kenny Lofton is a great center fielder, can steal for you.
Yeah.
The Alomar brothers, Jim Tomey, he'll definitely go to the Hall of Fame. Jim Tomey, he's a great ball player. In fact, he hit a home run the other night for the Orioles, and he passed Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah. So this is a big-time team you had, but they were young, and maybe that's the only thing. I just like that team a lot.
It was a good team. They were good. They were good guys. They were extroverts, to say the least. We caught a lot of heat from our press and a lot of press around the rest of the American League because our clubhouse was so noisy. Well, our clubhouse was noisy after games that we won, and that's the way they like to do it. And I wasn't going to stand in the way to do that. It was a young ball club. It was a fun club to be around, and I think it was one of the all-time good offensive clubs in baseball. I think they compare very favorably with the 27 Yankees and those teams.
Tell you the truth, with the guys I just mentioned, I'm probably forgetting a few guys. I don't know if Joe Carter was on the team yet.
No, just
but,
wasn't it,
yeah, not yet. But I always thought that was a terrific team. If anything, I thought the pitching was a little thin for you. But as far as fielding, was Omar Vizquel your shortstop? I mean, come on, he's still playing. I think he, fielding-wise, probably the third best fielding shortstop ever.
I agree, yeah.
Ozzie Smith being one, Larry Bell being two, and Omar. And then there's Derek Jeter. So there's a lot of good shortstops. But
put Mark Belanger in there too. Mark Belanger was
the Blade. That's who the Blade was. I said, who was the Blade last night? I kept on saying the Blade. We could bet the Blade was Mark Belanger.
Yeah.
Great shortstop, by the way.
Was.
218 lifetime average. But who cared about that time?
Right.
It was more about fielding. Last question for you: are you still a big baseball fan?
Yeah, I am. I work for. I'm still employed by the Indians as a special advisor. I think I'm a glorified consultant. So I stay in touch. We go to a lot of games when the Indians are home. Almost all the home games. And I'm a big fan of it. Baseball is a great sport. I mean, it's played by good people. And I think anytime that any of us can associate ourselves with good people, then we're ahead of the game.
I've always asked this question. I've always given everyone a choice. If it would be the 7th game of a basketball, the Super Bowl, or the 7th game of the World Series, what would you pick? And I have not got anybody yet not say the World Series, because I know myself, I'm going to Game 7 of the World Series. Because baseball is the greatest game ever played, ever invented, and I love it. And I thank you so much for being on our show. You're a delight and a great, great guy, and I hope we can get you on our show again.
It'd be fine with me.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.